Well, guys, good evening. Welcome to our final exam. We have the speaking part tonight, as you already know. So I'm going to go through the different parts that the exam has. Actually, first I'm going to take attendance, of course, and then we can start working on the exam itself. Remember that this is the, let's say, the final part in general. And then after that, when you finish the speaking part, that is all for tonight. Probably a group, would go first. And there will be one that is going to be last. I'm having an issue here with my tab. Let me stop sharing for a moment. Let's take attendance so we can start on our speaking part. Sorry. Gerson Arismendi.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jean-Claude Barrera.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Yesid Calderon.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Natalia Camargo.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Andrés Camilo Correa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Andrés Corredor.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Silvia Natalia Cuellar.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Johan Alberto Duque.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Elkin Darío Fernández.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Julián Jesús Figueroa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Janet Valentina Fontecha.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Carlos Andrés Galán.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Mabel y Juliet Gamboa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. José Alejandro Gómez. Well, not here yet, I guess. And Lizeth Carolina Tarazona.
Present, teacher.
Okay, very good. Well, guys, once again, let's have a look at the parameters. Technically, no, you actually know the drill, but we're going to have a look at the questions in particular. Remember that the first part is individual. From the very beginning, you will be working in groups. I will choose the questions. Let's say that we are going to focus our attention on the second part. Remember that the other day, well, yesterday, it looks like a long time ago, I told you that you will be working in groups. Well, not like something new for you. The idea was for you to choose maybe like the group or the people you will be working with. Some of you did, and in other cases, I had to organize you. Anyway, I know that you know. Keep in mind that the grade is individual. Let's have a look at the situations. Anyway, I send them to the chat just in case. Group number 1, you will role play a conversation in which you talk about how technology and happiness are related. Group number 2, your conversation is about your views on the nature-nurture debate in terms of children and toys. Group number 3, you talk about what circumstances a judge has to be harsh or lenient. Group number 4, you talk about how the environment impacts our personality. And group number 5, we are going to talk about how to be sympathetic when a person is sharing a difficult moment in their lives. You already know also this part. Don't forget to turn your camera on while presenting your speaking part. And of course, when the speaking part is finished, you know that that is all. You can leave the session. Hopefully we will be uploading the grades on Friday, I hope. So you can have the information, you know, guys, that the next cycle starts on Tuesday with the Professor Sandy. Remember that on the second part, I will not be working with you anymore. The name, Sandy Ardila. Guys, do you have questions about the instructions?
No, teacher.
Okay. Well,
Teacher,
let's go to the groups. Yes, tell me.
could you put the slide 7, please? Okay.
Sure.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. I'm gonna
Whi-
open the,
Which is the time suggest to give the answer, the individual answer?
the same 40 seconds for the first part.
40 seconds?
Mhm,
Okay.
for each answer. Good.
And grupal answer 2 minutes?
And what? Sorry?
And
This one?
answer of the group.
2 minutes
2
once again.
minutes? Okay. Thank you.
Very good. This one. Remember, guys, that in this case, I open the groups and then you have to choose the group that belongs to your number. I technically don't send you. Well, guys, I'm gonna give you first 10 minutes to organize your ideas. You know that I choose the group at random. If after the 10 minutes, is there a group that you consider that you are ready? Let me know, okay? Well, guys, I'm sure that is going to be as perfect as usual. Let's start.
Aló, 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 aló. ¿Aló? Sí, profe, qué pena, es que mis compañeros no me escuchaban, pero ¿ya me escuchas? Ok, listo, listo, gracias, gracias.
Listo. Voy a cambiar.
No, don't change. Hello.
No, profe.
Hi, hello, teacher.
Hi. How are you tonight?
Ay, no, teacher.
No, what happened?
No esperábamos esto. We were not expecting this.
Yeah, because in the previous, the other day, you were the last one. So in this
Yes.
case, I said, okay, now they should be the first ones.
Okay.
I to keep you waiting. And then that means that you are free. Of course. Let's look at the bright side of the situation. Well, guys, let's start with the individual part. You know that I choose 2 questions. The idea is that you have 40 seconds to answer them. As simple as possible. So I would like to start with Lisette. So please turn your
Okay,
camera
sure.
on. Hmm.
Give me a moment. Mm,
Okay.
my computer is a bit slow.
That's okay. Okay,
Okay.
Lisette, there you are. I would like to ask you first question number 4. What
4.
situations make you feel competitive? Sorry. So Lisette, you have 40 seconds, go.
Okay. I don't know. I don't see myself as a competitive person, but maybe when I am looking for a job, I feel competitive because I show the best part of me and I try to do my best for example, in the interviews and prove that I am the person that the company is looking for. And maybe when I am playing board games with my friends and we bet money, I do my best to win and I feel really competitive in that situation.
Okay, Lisette, thank you. I would like to ask you question number 12 too. It says, from your perspective, which mental skill is predominant for you?
Maybe memory. I consider that I have a good memory. It is easy for me remembering things. For example, if I wrote something, I remember where I wrote it. And if I underline it, I remember. Or if I wrote it with a special color, I also remember that. And this helped me when I am studying or when I am doing tests.
Okay, Lisette, thank you very much. That's all from the individual part. Now, Natalia, is your turn.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, Natalia, there you are. I would like to ask you first question number 3. Describe the characteristics of a good friend. Go.
Are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. Oh, well, for me, the characteristic of a good friend is that they always tell you the truth, uh, or you can confide in them about your problems, or and they always keep their promises.
Okay, Natalia, very good. I would like to ask you question number 10. Are you harsh or lenient?
It's difficult, teacher, but I think I'm hard. I'm harsh, because I think that, well, we all make mistakes, but we have to accept the punishment for those mistakes. Light punishment for minor errors, or and harsh punishment for serious errors.
Okay, Natalia, thank you very much. And now, Elkin, it is your turn.
Okay, teacher.
Okay,
Can
Elkin.
you see me?
Mhm.
Okay.
There you are.
Watch.
Okay. Elkin, question number 7. What
Okay.
annoys you or makes you angry?
Okay. What's annoying? What's annoying me? And I am a really persistent person. I very organized with my things, and that makes me angry when a person in, for example, in my work, and he come and try to give me some orders difference, or at the line of work, and change my firm to develop, for example, an application. No,
Okay.
you should
Thank you, Elkin. I have to interrupt you, sorry.
Okay.
Like we already know that happens usually. Elkin, I would like to ask you also question number 13. Do you think we can't change who we are?
It's an intriguing question, but I think that it's possible change who we are, or only a few parts, excuse me, to our personality, to my personality, for example. And depends of the religion, could be of the different moral and characteristics that and I have learned about the all my life. But mainly, if you have a good leader near to you, in my case, I am Christian. My pastor helped me to will be a good person.
Okay, Elkin, thank you.
It's possible change who we are.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to move to the next part. So you are group 5. Well, I have to move this thing. Role-play conversation in which you talk about how to be sympathetic when a person is sharing a difficult moment in their lives. You already know the drill. I turn my camera off. I'm going to give you the 2 minutes. And similar to the previous part, in case that you take more time, then I would have to interrupt you. Well, guys, let's start.
Okay. Hello, guys. Help me. I have a classmate and who had a big problem, and I don't know what to tell her or how to encourage her.
What happened to her?
Well, she was fired from her job, and now her financial situation is dire. She has two children to feed.
Okay. First of all, I think you should listen to her. Maybe she doesn't need that you sort out her problem. She needs a shoulder to cry on and a listening ear.
Of course. Firstly, I'm sorry to hear that. Excuse, my microphone is on. That your classmate is going through a difficult period. We want you to know that we are, and we'll give you some advice to help your friend in this problem.
Yes, thank you, guys. It's a very difficult situation, and I would like to everything possible to help her.
Well, I think you can help her to find a new job. Maybe ask other friends or look for job offers online.
Okay, losing a job, it can be incredible, stressful, and disheartening. It's completely understandable to feel lost in such situation. It's a lot to process. Your friends must be resilient and believe in the ability to overcome this setback.
Okay, guys, thank you for your very much for your advice. I hope to speak with her soon. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Great as usual. Just a couple of things of pronunciation. Natalia, you say financial. That would be financial.
Okay,
And
teacher.
Elkin, you said completely understable, but I think you meant completely understandable.
Sí, understandable, sí, understandable.
No,
Sí,
like,
es understand, sí, es la suelo, como la palabra larga, se me cruza.
but
A
table
veces.
no. Then how you know? Well, guys, hopefully the grades will be on the system on Friday, okay? Well, guys, as usual,
Okay.
thank you very much for your time, for everything. Keep on working. You are really good students. Okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, teacher, thank
Take
you.
care, everybody. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Señor.
Indeed.
Hi,
Good evening,
teacher.
guys.
Good
Good
evening,
evening, teacher.
How's everything?
Good, teacher. Ay.
Great, that's the thing. Well,
Tired,
guys.
teacher.
Okay, that's the other thing as well. Well, guys, let's start with the individual part. You already know the drill. You have 40 seconds to answer each question, okay? And then we will move to the conversation. I will refresh your memory in a moment. So I'm gonna start with Carlos. Carlos, first, I would like to ask you question number 1. What are the advantages of being an only child?
Okay, teacher, in my opinion, we have many advantages because I don't have responsibilities and I only need spend time play with friends and with families. And for example, don't need pay bills in any service of home. And for other hand, we don't need buy clothes, for example, and is a relaxing time every day, watch TV, listen to music.
Okay, well, I have to interrupt you, Carlos, sorry.
Okay, teacher.
Good. That was the first question. Let's have a look at the second question. That will be question number 6. What things in your life make you feel good?
What question, teacher?
6.
6.
Your life make you feel good?
Okay, teacher. What things in your life make you feel good? Yes, teacher. In my case, I feel good for doing or practice sports. I like practice or doing cycling every weekends, for example. I like read a book and study. These aspects are because feel good for my for me. Additionally, spend time with my family and work. I like work some hours a day because I need spend time in these activities. In my opinion, this is the first things
Okay.
that feel good for me.
Okay. Carlos, thank you very much. Let's go with Gerson for the individual part.
Yes,
Gerson,
teacher.
there you are.
Can
I would
you
like
repeat?
to start with question number 4. What situations make you feel competitive?
Situation make you feel okay, teacher. In my case, when I am practicing any sport, for example, bicycle or soccer, I always want to win. So in this situation, I am competitive. Other case is in my work. Generally, I want to be the best in all tasks that stay in my chairs. And other station is in video games. I like to be competitive. In the same in the
Okay.
same dynamic, similar to a sport. I
Okay.
always want to win.
Thank you, Gerson. Good. Let's have a look at the next question. I would like to ask you from your perspective, of course, question number 8. What's the
80.
recipe for happiness?
Okay, teacher. Difficult question, but okay, for me is the recipe for happiness is when you do things or you work in something that you want to do. For example, when you do a work, you think that you don't work. Explain me. You should be things that help to build your own way and help to the family. This focus in your goals, on your purpose of life.
Okay.
Is a
Thank you, Gerson.
Mhm.
No se calla. Give me a moment. I think I have to turn it off and turn it on again. I don't want to keep you waiting. Okay. Ahora sí. And now it's Jose's turn. I guess I have to keep the time on my mind. I would like, I know I have another timer here. Give me a second.
Okay, teacher.
Yes, that's very good. Okay. Jose, I would like to start with question number 5. Is it true that money has no impact in our happiness? Why? Why not?
Okay, it does have an impact because with that you can buy a lot of things. I think that the comfort of being able to buy things and not worry about rent or food is something that can allow you more to more things. It is not something certain, but it can help you start to be happy, I think.
Very good and good timing. I would like to ask you question number 10. Are you harsh or lenient?
I
It's working
think
again.
I am lenient, compassionate, because I don't know, I don't like to judge people lightly, and I prefer listening to them and better understand their motivations and their thoughts.
Okay, good. Well, guys, let's move to the next part. You already know the drill. In this case, we have 2 minutes. You are group number 3. Group number 3, you were in charge of a conversation where you talk about circumstances when a judge has to be harsh or lenient. Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera off. You already know when the bell starts to ring, that means that you have to stop. Well, guys, let's start.
Okay, guys. Did you see the news this morning? There was a case of a woman who killed her husband because he was very violent. Apparently, he was abusive towards her and attempted to rape one of his daughters. How do you think a judge should judge that?
Hello, Jose. Okay, in my opinion, the judge should be lenient with her because I think the situation forced her to act with thinking. She was not right in the head at the time. That person who consequently claims, or a person who consequently claims the crime cannot be processed in the same way as a person who does under psychological pressure. In this case, is an example of psychological pressure.
Okay.
Okay, Jose. I also saw the unfortunate news. In fact, it is too difficult to take a position about this case for me. However, I think you should never act as a murder in any situation because life is a right that must be respected regardless of the situation. I think the correct decision for part of the judge is he should be harsh with his sentence.
Okay. I think both of you have a valid point, but I don't know what to think. I believe that rather than being lenient or harsh, the judge needs to be impartial and try to consider what the law and its development dictates. Ultimately, judges must be strong in the face of emotions and judge based on the evidence presented.
Okay, Jose, I understand your opinion, but I
Well, I
disagree.
have to interrupt you. Sorry, guys. Time's up. But anyway, it was a good discussion, the one that you were carrying out, and a very sensitive topic, of course. Nice, guys. Just a few things related of pronunciation. Actually, everything was really well constructed. Carlos, you said friends. Remember that the I is silent, friends. And when you were talking about the things that you like to do, you said, I like practice, I like read, I like study. Remember that we can say, I like to practice, to read, to study, or I like practicing, reading, studying. Any possibility that you choose is going to be fine. Okay. And also pressure. Is it like pressure? Something like that. And well, the case of Gerson, that was okay. Also in terms of pronunciation, there wasn't something like very anything sort in particular. And Jose, you said like in past attempt, but would be attempted. And that
Okay.
would be it. But guys, great as usual. Just a couple of things to keep on polishing the really good level that you have. Guys, that would be all for tonight. Thank you very much. Keep on working. You are really good students. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
thank you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
For
Bye
support.
bye. See you.
Mm.
My pleasure.
Bueno, nos vemos entonces despuesito.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How's everything?
Good evening, teacher.
You guys, I kept you waiting for a moment because, well, I was with another group, but you were next in line. We're gonna begin with the individual part. You know the drill, guys. So Sylvia, please turn your camera on. You go first. Well, I can see your glasses in the darkness. But okay. Well, Sylvia, there you are. I guess I have to ask you something first, Sylvia. Do you have brothers or sisters?
Yes,
Okay.
sadly. Yes, I have a young.
Okay. So I can ask you question number 2. Are you competitive with your siblings? If so, give examples, 40 seconds.
With my brother, I don't think so, but maybe with the academic things, like the grades and stuff like that. But he's younger than me. Like he's in, I don't know, in the 7th grade. And I'm the university. Sorry.
Okay.
And
Well, Sylvia, I have to
so
stop you. Sorry. I would like to
yes,
ask
so
you.
I don't think so.
Sorry, Sylvia.
Yeah,
You listen
the
that I told you
conclusion
to.
is there. I don't think so.
Okay, I get it. Sorry. Good. Sylvia, I would like to ask you question number 9. Of course, you have to be very general. Talk about your latest mishap.
It is me. Can you remind me what is the meaning of the bishop? I don't remember that.
Mishap is a minor inconvenience.
Yes, teacher. The last week I had like a little problem with the office license, and I work in like investigation things and to give information with statistical things. So I need Excel, so I couldn't use it, and I think it's my latest mishap, and I couldn't like advance in my task, in my work task, and
Okay.
that was frustrating.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you, Sylvia. Let's continue now with Julian. Let's turn the camera on. Julian, there you are. I would like to ask you first question number 5. It says, is it true that money has no impact in our happiness? Why not? 40 seconds.
For me, is false, because if you are too poor, you obviously you will have many problems with maybe food, or maybe the anything about health. So if for me it's true that if you have a lot of money, or too much money, it isn't only for that will be a big difference.
Okay. Thank you, Jesus. And I would like to ask you question number 10. Are you harsh or lenient?
I think that I am lenient because I am so empathetic with the other person. So I always put myself in their foots, in their boots. So I always think if they, for example, if they have a bad behavior with me, always think I that maybe they have been a bad day or something like that. For for that reason, I think that I am more lenient.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Julian. And Jessit, it's your turn. Okay, Jessit, that you are. Jessit, I would like to ask you first question number 3. Describe the characteristics of a good friend.
A good friend, one characteristic for my best friend, for example, this person ever be for with I have a problem, is resilient. For example, he ever stay when I need help. On possible characteristics for a good friend, good person, intelligent. mm, I don't remember more in the moment.
Okay, let's see, that's good enough. I would like to ask you question number 11. It says,
Number 11.
yes, have you gotten stuck in traffic and missed an appointment?
One appointment I lost in when I got stuck in traffic. Maybe 2 years ago, I have a appointment about my passport. I had a problem with in the traffic. I had changed appointment of for the other day.
Okay.
But yes.
Okay, Jessie, thank you. Well, let's guys. Okay, guys, let's move to the next part, your group number 2. And you can you talk about your views on the nature-nurture debate in terms of children toys? I hope that yesterday's session was helpful for this part. You know the drill. Let me set up the timer. You're going to have 2 minutes. When you listen to the alarm ringing, that means that you have to stop. I will let you know also when you have 30 seconds left. I turn my camera off. Well, guys, let's start.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Hello, guys. What are you doing?
Hello, Julian. Hello, Jessie.
Hello, guys.
Well, guys, about talking about our last class. What do you mean about the last class?
Mm, I don't know. I think boys have to play with masculine things like cars, trucks, and stuff like that. And girls with dolls like the little kitchen, cry babies, and maybe makeup. I think it's a natural thing. And because we live soft and calm things in contrast with boys, but I don't know. That's my opinion, my personal opinion. But what do you think?
Guys, according to the previous class, I think that nobody is a normal that avoid play with your boys without being influenced by stereotypes. However, this is a natural behavior, but adults are who influence the choice of toddlers.
I don't agree with anyone, but I I am between because I have known that genes play a big role in our behavior or on our personality, but it is true that the environment where you grow has a big influence on your behavior. Sylvia, tell me, what would you do if your children wanted to play with dolls? talking about your thing?
Well, since in my career, I learned to understand that maybe preference like toys or TV programs are independent of the gender of the toddler or person. I think that is natural that the girls play with girls' toys and boys with boys' toys, but if my children wants to play with anything, I don't know, he wants, like, I don't know, crying babies or little kitchen, I can't do anything about it. It's his decision, his preference.
Okay, guys, time's up.
So
I have to interrupt you, Sylvian, guys. Very good. You managed to cover, I'm sure, most of the opinions that you had collected for the conversation. As usual, pretty much just a couple of things to keep in mind. I don't think maybe it was because Sylvia was speaking fast, but you said boys has. That's how I heard it, but in that case would be half, right?
no, teacher.
You said
Boys
half, right? I said maybe it was because it was fast, but because it is like something that we like already know up to this point, right? Just said when I was asking you question number 3, in this case talking about like the characteristics of a good friend, they said this person ever, in this case it would be this person always, not ever. Ever would go usually in questions. And the pronunciation of resilient, no re, let's like re, okay? And stereotypes. That would be it. And Julian, nothing to say. Well, guys, that was it. Hopefully on Friday, you will see your grades on the system. And you would start on Tuesday. Well,
Okay,
guys,
teacher, thank you for
thank you.
thought.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye-bye, teacher.
Keep on
Bye.
working hard, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening, teacher.
How's everything?
Hello, teacher.
Sure.
Well, guys, let's start with the individual part. You know the drill. Mabel, ¿qué está haciendo?
Uy, no sé, teacher, eso está
Ujú.
todo raro. Ah, ok, ya.
Ujú. No me raye la diapositiva, Mabel. Okay, let's start. Jean-Claude,
Voy a
you go
borrar eso.
first. That's it.
Okay, teacher.
Mm,
Ay, eso la cámara, ¿cierto?
that's the one. There you are, Jean-Claude.
Okay, teacher.
Let me ask you first question number 5. Is it true that money has no impact in our happiness? You have 40 seconds.
I think that money has impact in our happiness because the money better our life quality.
with money, we can have better life conditions, better health, better education. So for me, the money has impact in our happiness and in our life.
Okay, good, good timing. I would like to ask you question number 12. From your perspective, which mental skill is predominant for you?
In my perspective, I think the creativity, because I am a very sensitive person, yes, sensible person. So my decisions are take by my feelings. So um, in in difficult situations,
Right.
I
I have to
think
stop you,
the
Jan. Sorry.
improvisation and creativity. Okay, okay.
Okay, Jan, thank you very much. Let's continue now with Maveli.
Okay, teacher. I wait.
Now there you are, Maveli. Very good. Maveli, I would like to ask you, of course, from your opinion, question number 8. What's the recipe for happiness?
What is the recipe?
Recipe.
Teacher. I believe that could be to learn and learn about our life, and we learn about us, yes, and I don't know, teacher. So shared things that make me feel happy, like hobbies, studies.
Okay, I have to stop you. Okay. Yeah, it's a philosophical thing. And that is also the line of question number 13. Ale, do you think we can't change who we are?
Do you think we can change? Do you think we can? Yes, teacher, I think during our life, we can shape our personality, because all the time we learn new things, new style life, and we can shape our mind.
Okay. Thank you, Mabel. And Andres, it's your turn.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, Andres, there you are. I would like to ask you first question number 3. Okay, micrófono abierto. Jean-Claude, I think it's you.
Describe the character.
The characteristics of a good friend.
Okay. I think a good friend has to be first really confident with you. It have to believe on you, and of course, he have or she have to know you better than you know yourself, because and he always have he should have a really good listening, because a good friend is, I believe that good friend is for listen you in your problems and try to give you a second view of the problem you have.
Okay. Thank you, Andres. And I would like to ask you question number 10. Andres, are you harsh or lenient?
In which situation?
In general.
I think in general I'm more harsh because I like to achieve my goals. I like to be successful in everything I want to do. I think I have found the way to obtain all my goals. So I keep doing. Of course, it's no the recipe of the successful, but I think make things wrong always help you in order to improve yourself.
Okay, Andres, thank you very much. Well, guys, now we go to the final part. Group number 4, you will talk about how our environment impacts our personality. So, Amelia and Claude, turn your camera on, please. Remember that you have 2 minutes. In case that you take more time, well, you will listen to the alarm and then I will have to interrupt you. Okay? Well, guys,
Okay, teacher.
and when there are 30 seconds left, I will let you know. So let's start.
Okay. Good afternoon, Miss and Mr. Corredor. Why are you here today?
We have a problem with our son. He's having aggressive conduct with his classmates.
I don't know. I don't understand this country because he's very kind and hum, and we love him.
I understand. How old is the child?
He's 8 years old.
Okay. When the child comes home from school, what does he do?
Doctor, actually, I have to tell you a truth. We don't know because we work too much. We spend our time working all day. So my grandmother-in-law helped us to take care about him.
Really, he's in the street all day playing with other children in the neighborhood.
I understand. It's normal. The child probably sees violence in his neighborhood friends and replicates it with his schoolmates. The environment in which he spends more time is conditioning his behavior.
Absolutely. I believe our environment plays a significant role in our life. I think the people we interact with, the places we live in, and the experience we go through all contribute to our development.
So, doctor, what do you think we should do to recover our son?
Okay, first of all, you must not punish the child. You must show him that there are other ways to treat people other than violence or practical jokes. It's also important that you spend more time with the child and that he sees the example in you.
Okay, doctor, thank you very much for this recommendation. I think
Okay.
we have to do what you tell us in order to do the best for our kid. I think all of these things will help him and us to be a better family.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good, guys. Thank you very much. Interesting how you managed to create the situation like psychiatrists and stuff. Nice.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Well, guys, just a couple of things like to polish. Of course, the whole thing was pretty well done. Let's start with the first part. Jean-Claude, you said The money better our life. In this case, we actually need, es my voice, es mi bola con escucho. Okay. The money improves. Better is not a verb.
Okay.
El dinero mejora. But then in this case, we need the verb that is improves. And you were talking about that you said, I am sensitive, sensible. Remember that sensible is tricky. When we say that someone is sensible, it's
Yes.
realistic. So like
Sí.
one or the other. And the
Sí,
pronunciation
sí,
of
eso.
child, you said chilled.
Hi.
And you said it a lot of times in the conversation. So
Sí,
keep that in mind.
toda la conversación era sobre.
But of course, just the typical things to polish. Mabel, just in the second part, you said style life would be lifestyle. Okay?
Okay.
And Andres, when you were talking about question number 3, like the characteristics of a good friend, you say it sometimes, and then you change to their pronoun and you said if he or she have.
Yes, I realized I did that. Yes.
Okay, but no, just like those minor things, probably like in the moment we get nervous and we forget a couple of rules, but those are things that you already know. Guys, I hope that on Friday you have all the grades on the system, so you have all the information to start next week. Okay, and that's it for today. And
Thank
like,
you, teacher.
well, guys, take care. Keep on working. You're really good. Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Good evening, guys. How are you?
Hi, teacher.
Hi, teacher.
Hi,
How's
teacher.
everything? Everything good? Thank you. Thank you. Tell me something. Okay. Well, guys, last but not least, so we are going to have the speaking part. You know the drill. I'm going to start with Andres. So I'll wait for your camera.
Okay, teacher. Give me a moment, please. Yeah.
While I choose.
Yeah.
I don't see you. There you are. Okay. Andres, I'm going to ask you first question number 7. What annoys you or makes you angry?
Okay, teacher. One thing that made me angry is starving. You know, is when I didn't get some food. When I am starving, I feel angry.
Okay. Thank you, Andres. I would like to ask you now question number 13. From your perspective, which mental skill is predominant for you? Andres?
Oh, okay. Yes. I was checking the question. My mental skill are predominant for me is I am really resilient. When I get bad things in my life, I try to get up and continue and toward to get my goals. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Andres. That was it. Let's continue with Johan. Johan, there you are. I would like to ask you question number 1. whether you are or not, what are the advantages of being an only child? Your microphone is off.
The points of being only child are is I I I can buy a home with my parents. The money is for 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 the only child. And this attention of the house.
Okay. Thank you. And I would like to ask you question number 10, Johan. Are you harsh or lenient? Number 10.
I am lenient because I am a person very sincere, and I like tell about my emotion, and I like about with my friends, my partners, my classmates, when with my states of mental health.
Okay. Johan, thank you. And Jeanette, it's your turn. There you are, Jeanette. I would like to ask you first question number 5. Is true that money has no impact in our happiness? Why not?
Teacher, I think money impact our happiness because I think money is important if it gives us the well-being and the stability we need for eat, for dress, and I think no one is happy without having to eat.
Okay. And finally, I would like to ask you question number 9. Of course, very like summarized. Talk about your latest mishap.
Okay, teacher. My last accident happened when I was making, I don't know how can I say, buñuelos? Or
Buñuelos, that's
fritters,
okay.
buñuelos, in my house, and one of them exploded, and I burned my neck and hands. Fortunately, everything went well, and yes.
Okay, good news. Thank you, Jeanette. Well, guys, let's move finally to the final part. In your case, you talk about how technology and happiness are related. You know the drill. You have 2 minutes. I will let you know when you have 30 seconds left. Okay? So, Johan and Andres, don't forget to turn your camera on. Oh. There you are. I'll turn mine off. So, let's start.
Okay, hello guys. I have a homework for the university, and I must make a survey of opinions on what the people think about the relationship between technology and happiness today. What do you think?
Hello, Jeanette. I think that technology can allow us to measure our moods, and this will make it easier to understand each other and can know how to act in each situation. But also the increase in the use of technology is related to the increase of mental health problems that the new generation happens in those who use it inappropriately.
Okay, hi guys. Yes, it's an interesting topic, Jeanette. I think technology can definitely contribute to our happiness. For example, being to connect with loved ones who are far away through video calls makes me happy. And tell me, what about you, Jeanette? What do you think?
I agree with you. I believe that technology can help us make our lives easier, but it could also cause some problems if used for bad purposes. It could influence our communication with other people for better or for worse. We must know how to use it.
Yeah, that's a great point. Technology is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad things. It's up to us to find a balance and use in a way that makes us happy.
Okay, great job. This may allow us to come now several points of view and help us to understand the use of technology and its relation with mental health. Thanks.
Thank you guys for your opinions. I'm sure that I will be useful for my homework.
Okay, Jeanette, that's okay. See you later. Have a good one.
Okay, good timing. Very good. Well, guys, just to check a couple of things in the the conversation. Andre, you said interesting and interesting, right? Because it begins with a vowel, the interesting word. Just to keep that in mind. Johan, the pronunciation of a few words, child. I'm talking about by. You said canoe. Remember that the K is silent in the case of no and also in the case of measure. Jeanette, when we're talking about the first question, you said people need money for eat, for dress, not for two, in this case. And when you started the conversation, you said, sorry, I must take. Remember that with modals, we don't use to. And the pronunciation of purposes. So there's a couple of things to polish. I know that usually in this moment, like we get a little bit nervous and probably we forget a couple of things, but just like to keep that in mind. Guys, I think that on Friday you will have the grades on the system. Okay? And well, guys, that's all
Bye,
for
teacher.
tonight.
Thank you.
Remember that you start on Tuesday. Keep on working,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.